Welcome to another episode of StewTube. You guys, Bitcoin has been in a little bit of a waterfall, and I just want to go over, should we be worried? I'm seeing a lot of people on social media claiming that this is the end of the market cycle and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Guys, these are the same people who were basically begging and praying for some kind of a pullback before carrying on higher. And there was a lot of people wishing that we would see a big pullback. In the grand scheme of things, this has been a very small pullback, and everyone is shitting their pants, just ready to call that the end of the market cycle before we even get to the halving or anything like that. So yes, although I am agreeing that we could see some lower prices, that would be totally normal for a bull market to get several 30 to 40% corrections. Nothing out of the ordinary. And I mean, so far, you guys, we're only at about a 16% correction. So, I mean, if you can't handle that in a bull market, you're not going to be sitting very good. You're going to be paper handsing out of everything, especially because altcoins are getting hammered a lot harder than Bitcoin generally. But nothing looks all too bad. I'm going to zoom out, take a look at a few different time frames here. I'm going to start out by looking at the weekly. First of all, I do want to say, yes, absolutely, this does not look great. The fact that we did get this little bit of a swing fail pattern, a fake out, a liquidity grab, whatever you want to call this. Basically, we tested all-time highs. We actually got this wick above, but then end up closing the weekly candle red below that level absolutely perfectly. And not only that, but we basically came right back to that level and retested it with our new weekly candle here and just getting rejected hard from there. So yeah, absolutely, I'm seeing reasons to believe that we could see a further correction. I don't think it's anything to get too upset about at this time. Structure is still very much bullish in my opinion. And basically with that being said, I mean, we have this high here and we have now set a higher high. This would be our confirmed higher low on this little trend here, staircasing up higher. I have it outlined with this green box here. So absolutely, maybe we end up finding support here along this 786 fib, which would be around 58,000. But I really do think it's absolutely possible we see a little bit lower, really anywhere on this green box from 53,000 all the way down to 50,000, maybe even a little bit lower, some kind of a wick. But I mean, I do think this dump is going to be short-lived. Obviously, anything can happen. The market does not give a shit about my opinion or my feelings. But just kind of looking at things that we have seen in previous market cycles. And that being said, guys, I was very vocal about the fact, for one, I thought we'd get rejected at this level down here. And I thought that, when we actually get a weekly candle close above that level, that's where I'm going to get mega bullish on this market cycle. And we did, in fact, get this way back here. So I mean, yes, this pullback was a lot shorter lived than I was expecting. I was expecting much lower prices, but all in all, we got that little bit of rejection. Bulls showed a ton of strength, breaking that structure, changing the market structure on the weekly chart. So that's nothing to take too lightly. Obviously, anything can happen. I'm not generally trading the weekly chart anyways. I am more of a scalper on shorter time frames and that sort of thing, but I like to zoom out and take a look at the overall health of the market. And I was quite vocal about the fact that I thought once we reach all-time highs, I would not be too surprised to struggle here for a month or so. And I mean, so far we're basically on week 3, just struggling at this level. You can go back to this previous market cycle here. Guys, I was around for this. I remember very clearly people calling this the top of that market cycle and how we were going back down to 10K and all that sort of nonsense. And it basically, you have to also take a look at how we get rejected at these levels and the fact that we were just basically tapping away at all-time highs rather than seeing a harsh rejection. You can see that these wicks were getting bought right back up. So we're going to have to see how these next couple of weeks go. But like I said, I mean, I think Bitcoin has done a great job of building support for itself. So I think pulling back, what would that even be if we came back to that green box? I mean, I was calling for a 30-40% correction. That would be ideal. To see a 30% correction right down into my support box there would not be all too uncommon. So that's just, if you're getting very worried. I mean, yes, absolutely. You know, like I said, the market could do absolutely anything, especially on a weekly time frame. A lot of things can happen in the economy and that sort of thing. But as it stands, I'm just personally not too worried about this. I think this market cycle will have a lot more fuel in the tank. Just sometimes you have to fuel up a little bit before you hammer on the gas. So we're going to have to see what the bulls can do. Taking a look at the hourly chart. Just bringing up my handy dandy indicators here. I have the trend collection as well as trend dynamic indicators on. This is the 1 hour chart, you guys. And I talk about this in pretty much all my live streams, kind of showing some trading strategies I use with these indicators. And all I'm basically pointing out here on the hourly chart, these are a couple strategies I talk about all the time. More so, I'm using these indicators just to help me verify which way the market is trending. And yes, you can zoom out and just say, well, it's obviously trending to the downside. True, but how many of you are actually playing it properly that way? And I'm just showing you how these indicators can actually draw your eye to it. And if you think you maybe missed an entry, how I can use them to get into later entries and that sort of thing, including the short that I'm in right now, which I just took shortly before making this video, which I'll get into in a second. But yeah, basically with my trend collection indicator, I have a sell signal. These signals I don't take all too serious on their own. However, what I do take quite serious is when I notice that they're trending in a direction. So this being said, here we have a sell signal and here we have a lower sell signal, hence this blue line that I drew here. As well, we have these reversal warnings, these W's in yellow. They are both trending to the downside. We set a high, we set a lower high W. Absolutely beautiful signal there for a sell, if you would have caught that. And as well on the bottom side, we have these W's just setting a series of lower lows, just trending to the downside. So a lot of things with the indicators, just basically showing that we still have some strength to the downside here. So I'm not all too excited to get into a long yet. Yes, I don't want to bet too heavily against the bulls, and any short that I'm taking right now, I am fairly quick to start scaling out. I'll go over that again in a sec. But just kind of showing you that I like these indicators to basically start showing the trend that I am seeing as well, just for a little bit of added confluence before I make my decision to start playing the market the other direction. So all in all, the 1 hour chart here still looking bearish in my opinion. Hopping over to the 1 minute chart, this is where I said I just ended up taking a bit of a short before making this video. Once again, guys, I have on my trend collection indicator, I have the sell signal, I have a lower sell signal. Even this buy signal, not taking it all too serious, because again, we have this buy signal and a lower buy signal. So even though it is a buy signal, it's trending to the downside. So I'm not taking that all too serious. Sell signal, lower sell signal, I am taking serious. And notice anytime we get, well, and also these W's, right? They're pretty much, I mean, yes, we have the odd one where we get a little higher high kind of a thing, but generally these W's are trending to the downside. As well on the bottom side. I mean, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low, lower, low. So they're just, even though they're reversal warnings, they're still trending to the downside. So that's kind of how I like to use those indicators. And just notice that after we get that lower sell signal, coming very close to the moving average that this trend collection indicator has mapped out, this blue line trending to the downside. And just notice that with those lower sloping sell signals, anytime we get near that trend, we're basically beautiful short entries. And that's one of the reasons why I ended up taking a short at this level, even though I was absolutely late to the party. That's totally fine. Because I was able to have a nice tight invalidation level, basically above this structure back here. This is just a 1 minute chart, so take it for what it is. I could absolutely get stopped out very quickly here. But basically, I entered very close to this trending indicator here. And I did end up closing half my position down here. Just as we're getting more reversal warnings, even though they're still trending to the downside. It's just a bit of a warning to just play cautiously, right? Just being I got into this position so late, I wanted to quickly be starting to take in some profits. So closed half of it there, and stop loss is basically up here in a very small profit. But that's how I'm basically playing this right now. On top of this, another reason why I ended up taking this is a lot of you guys will be very familiar with my Stuber fib setup. Basically, as we were trending down, I did notice a couple of them, one being back here, but also here. You know, we had this low, lower low, lower low. What's the highest point between this low and this low? That would be about right here. Let's just take a Fibonacci from this structure down to where we bottomed out here, and basically looking to enter in my Stuber fib pocket. So yes, I actually ended up front running it a little bit, but it just a little bit of added confluence there. I think I actually might close a little bit more in my position here, one sec, just because we may have broke this downtrend here. Because like I said, here we have a low, lower low, lower high. We broke that, close above, so I'm just going to close another quarter of my position and let a quarter run. So just give me 1 second. That's in place. All right. So yeah, basically that's how I like using these indicators, you guys, and as well as just adding my own Fibonacci setup to the situation there. That's basically why I ended up taking that short, even though I was late to the party, like I said. But at this point, whatever, I locked in some profits. I just locked in a little more profits. Stop loss is in a profit, so nothing can go wrong here. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. Yeah, and basically before I start longing, I think I'm going to want to see these indicators just start showing a potential reverse in trend, some higher buy signals, some higher trending W's and that sort of thing. So as it stands right now, yeah, like I said, I absolutely see reason why Bitcoin could drop a little bit lower. But as far as the overall health of the market, I personally am not too worried at this point. So anyways, guys, that's about all I wanted to talk to you about today. I will be doing a live stream on Thursday as well. Look forward to doing that. Some of you guys, all of you in the MDX Algo community, hope to see you guys there live, and it will be posted to my YouTube channel as soon as possible after I'm done that. Yeah, if you are interested in these indicators, they are by far my favorite indicators. Not only do I love the strategies I've come up with using them, but also just how beautiful they might make my charts look. I absolutely love the colors and that sort of thing. And there's a ton of indicators here that I don't even use. I mean, there's a whole list here, all these MDX Trendmaster indicators. They're all beautiful in their own way. There's still a lot that I haven't even looked at and I need to go through. But yeah, these are just some of the strategies I've come up with personally. So if those interest you, I do have a link in my description down below. Yeah, I believe it's a 15% discount with that. And as well, where I am doing my trading, getting my DGen on the BingX crypto exchange. Not only do they trade crypto, but there's also stocks, commodities, Forex pairs, crypto, you name it. They basically have it all. So yeah, other than that, guys, I have a description down below for that as well. Yeah, like I said, that's about all I needed to go over. So hopefully you guys found this video useful. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you appreciated this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. With that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.